Hi, this is Sarah and Sierra. Today we're going to talk to you about multiple impairments.
So just a little fact about multiple impairments in relation to children in school. There's about 2.2% of students that receive special education are qualified or have the classifications of multiple disabilities. And then that's just a fact about children, but adults obviously have multiple disabilities.
So because it's the term multiple impairments, there's not a specific definition for it just because it's a term for any individual who has more than one disability or impairment, and that may include any combination of cognitive, physical, or psychological or social impairments, as well as any variation within the severity of each impairment.
Okay. So when the multiple impairments are more severe, their impairments affect more than one major life activity, such as going to the bathroom or feeding or getting around, and it can affect social participation as well as quality of life and self-fulfillment. And when the severity increases, those tasks are generally harder to accomplish. And in general, there's more differences than similarities. And in the book, it says that clients are heterogeneous, so there's more differences. So the same impairment might appear to have different effects on different individuals. And so you can have the same combination or a different combination of disabilities, and each person has a different reaction effect of them.
Some common examples of having more than one multiple impairment or more than one impairment would include someone who may start with major depression and also have cocaine addiction, and that may lead to alcohol addiction, panic disorder. Alcoholism may lead to polydrug addiction with schizophrenia, and borderline personality disorder may coexist with episodic polydrug abuse. More than half of all adults with severe mental illness are further impaired by substance use disorders, and this may be abuse or dependence related to alcohol or other drugs. And compared to patients who have a mental health disorder or a co-occurring disorder with use problem alone, patients with dual disorders often experience more severe and chronic medical, social, and emotional problems than having one by itself.
And like I mentioned before, people with multiple very severe disabilities are often not able to live or function independently, and they require assistance in basic functions. And we have a little video to show you about a teacher who works with her students who have very severe disabilities, and they have to basically do everything for them, but they still allow them to have experiences in trying to have them live and learn. Here's the video.
Good morning to everybody. I've been teaching almost 25 years now. I always wanted to be a teacher from the time I was a little girl, and just something about the special needs population just kind of drew me towards wanting to help people with, more disabilities.
Terry Thompson's students are aged 13 to 19. None of them can speak or walk. Several have seizure disorders. All need assistive devices and repositioning throughout the day. Every day, Thompson embraces the challenge of teaching, of reaching each student. Today, they read a story about pumpkins, dug into the real thing, smelled spices, and mixed filling for pumpkin pies.
We go from one activity to the next. My kids call the shots. If they're tired, if they've had seizures, if they're just having a particularly bad day, then we might not get as much accomplished. If they're having a really great day, then we might get more accomplished.
Hello, everybody. What do you think of the weather outside today? It's raining. It's not such a nice day out, is it?
The Piscataway Regional Day School serves more than 40 districts in 7 central New Jersey counties. Thompson students are among the most medically fragile. Terry Thompson is a teacher and an advocate. As this year's Middlesex County Teacher of the Year, she's drawing attention to the needs of students with disabilities, as well as what she considers to be unrealistic goals imposed on them by government regulations.
My students are expected to take the same tests that typical kids do. under No Child Left Behind. Carly, for instance, had to take the 12th grade test last year. The students are expected to learn the 12th grade math, learn the 12th grade language arts, 8th grade science, and they're expected to pass with proficiency. And in a couple of years from now, when Song Computer Eyes, it's going to be very interesting. We're talking about students who have very little use of their hands, their body, and everything to go on a computer to take a test. Maybe we can have a bigger voice. Maybe as a group we can get more people to see the small percentage. I think we're like 0.5% of what the total student population is, but they need to be recognized. They're my world. They're my angels. If you're having a bad day and you know that these kids can make it through a day, you know there's nothing that you can't do. They make me feel like I'm worth being here. Like they give me a reason for being on this earth. Like this is my purpose. My purpose is to help them find their place in this world.
So that video we watched, she wasn't necessarily a therapeutic recreation specialist, but she was trying to help them and make their lives meaningful, and in turn they make her life meaningful. And for TR, there's a lot of different delivery settings of like working with people with multiple impairments because it can range in severity. So you can work in like a mental health center or in a long-term residential facility, or you could live with a caregiver in a rehabilitation setting. All of those vary according to the disability.
Now, the purpose of therapeutic recreation for people with multiple impairments would vary according to the combination and severity of those disabilities. Some of those purposes might include reducing anxiety, improving the self, education about alternative coping strategies and lifestyle management, facilitating positive interactions, creating satisfying and meaningful leisure experiences, preventing and remediating inappropriate interactions, and developing skills to express their needs and frustrations.
So here are some of the sources that we use, the book and then a couple other websites.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.